Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be going through a money making method we did a couple of weeks ago, and that's in relation to screening soil. And the reason we're going to be looking at it again is because it's absolutely ballooned in price and it's making even more profit than normal. Now this is something we picked out on Market Watch because archaeology items were going up. And then when we did the skilling Runescape money making methods, we picked it out again because it was at prices we've never really seen this method make before. Now, in terms of quoted prices, we're actually going to flick over to the wiki now, just to run over the prices which you can be making. Now, volcanic ash is the one in trend at the minute, and you'll spot this a lot with soils and archaeology materials. They rotate quite a lot on what's the most profit. Now, for whatever reason, even like considering the Demon Heim update was very recent in terms of like when updates were, Orgone has gone absolutely mental in terms of a price. Now that's starting to pull in a price of current time of recording of about 14.8k, which is what's really spiked the price. And Dragon Metal's still pretty decent at 8k each, and Compass Rose has also started to rise just over 5k as well. And because of that, the volcanic ash is roughly estimated that after Grand Exchange tax for selling all your items, is going to pull in 19.7 mil profit. Now, as you can see from when I was doing it at the bank, this is an AFK method. And in terms of the skill requirements, you can do this from 99 archaeology, but best sort of levels will be 120. You do need 91 mage, and 50 summoning for a water fiend is very much recommended as well. In terms of the items you need, the archaeology soul box at an absolute max of level 500 makes this so AFK. You're doing the spell from the soil box, not your invo, so you're not having to hit a preset every 2 seconds. You're literally doing it 100 soil at a time, which is what makes it really AFK, to the point where you could train another account, do something else, or just have it AFK while you're working from home or something else. Now, this is going to be one of the money making methods I'm sort of highlighting. With Group Ironman coming up very, very soon, I'm doing this sort of series, and this is going to be in a series of videos where you can AFK and pay for your Group Ironman's bond with some very heavy AFK, highly profitable methods where you can just pay for your bond with gameplay rather than actual in real life cash. Because obviously with the Group Ironman, a lot of people are going to have to make new accounts, and rather than having to pay the money for it, you can do something AFK on your main or your other account. And the benefit is as well, you're still getting XP, so you're still leveling your accounts up, and you're making GP as well. So in terms of a bond, you only need to do this method for 6 hours to make a bond, which is mad. And then all the other time you've got free to play is just going to be more GP for you to do if you want to continue to do this method. But anyway, other items which are beneficial, the Master Archaeology outfit as well, the Mud Battle Staff, but what I would recommend is just buy the Elemental Battle Staff. It's going to come in use for so many other methods and be so worthwhile as well. In terms of quests, you will need to do Lunar Diplomacy to get the ability to do the Lunar spells, and the Guildmaster qualification as well to buy the outfit as well. In terms of outlaying what you need to buy, very easy, you just need to buy Volcanic Ash, and 1 Astral Rune per Ash you're going to do. My advice would be to buy the Ash on a slow buy, because it just means it's going to be more profit for you. And what I do for my method, you can bank the materials if you want to, but I use Grace of the Elves and Porters to make it very AFK, but also make sure to use your Premier Artifact as well so you have the full benefit. But basically that is this method. So you sit at the bank and you sort of cycle through your soil box. As you can see, I'm nearly at the end of my soil box here. And this method probably gets the best out of a Premier Artifact. I think it's a great way for the Premier Artifact to show its worth, because in an hour you're going to be using 5,000 charges, and you could be saving 2,500 Grace of the Elf charges just from using your Premier Artifact. So even if you do this for an hour a day, just to get the most out of your Premier Artifact, you are saving yourself a lot of GP, but also making yourself a lot of GP as well. If you were to run a Group Ironman account, or another account, or an alt, or whatever you wanted to do, or you just wanted to keep it for yourself, if you did this for an hour every day, you would be making 20 mil per day, 280 mil. That's 2 bonds and some change. So it's just a series or selection of video ideas as well, which are going to be coming after this video as well, to just sort of highlight, look, you could pay for your bond or your Group Ironman by doing this on the side. But this is a fantastic method to do. It is a little bit high in its requirements, but you could have this account sat just AFK and with no problem. And this is going to be what I'm going to do with the main account for a little bit. Obviously, with the purchase of a tier 95 wand and orb, we kind of lost our hat a little bit. So a couple of hours just doing this here and there will help me just build up some GP on the account. Not that I need to, it's just that I like to have that little bit of surplus anyway. But this is a great money making method, but please do not just stop at volcanic ash. Again, that wiki page which we went through has a fantastic variety of all the different soils, talking through like the GP per hour, how much you're looking to make, what sort of items you can receive from the soil, and then you can focus on things which are going to be rising as well. So at this current time of speaking, the earth and clay, which is the Bandos soil, is 14 mil profit per hour. However, vulcanized rubber is slowly starting to rise on the Grand Exchange. It's already hit the Grand Exchange today for price rises and was covered in Market Watch for this week as well. That might be one to start doing and just starting to accumulate into your material storage as you work your way through it. Now you can do 5,000 soils per hour, so sometimes you might need to have a stock of different soils or have it buying on a slow buy while you go and do different things in the game as well. Like, you do not have to instant buy this soil. Buy it over time, buy it for a cheaper price, and then after that you can do it and make even more profit. Not only that as well, if you've got to complete the Demon Heim collections, there are a very high chance that while doing Sift soil, you will get some of the artifacts. As you can see here, we've picked up the Ring of Kingship and the Gold Dish as well. I can complete the entire log without having to go and excavate if I wanted to. It's still very much worth excavating for sheer profit because, again, all going here is 14.9k. Felt is of a price of 13.8 and Dragon Metal 7.6. And you've also got Compass Rose 4.9. But Compass Rose is also on its way up as well. Now, if you didn't have access to this spell, it doesn't mean that you can't do it and you can't make profit from it. Now, you're going to make less profit because you're not doing it this way. This is the most speedy and easiest way to do it. But you can still take your soil box, you can still take your porter and your premier artifact and go and use the wash plant at the Archaeology Guild. We'll finish this 100 and we'll go head off to go and show you that as well. And this can be a great way for you to AFK on the main if you want to. Now, what I would say is the wash plant is definitely slower than doing Sift soil. Sift soil is by far the better way to do it. But also, with this method, you do need high archaeology. The higher your archaeology is, the more materials you're going to find. And that's how you're going to make profit with this method. You're going to make profit by finding materials because that's what we're going to be selling. So if you go to the Archaeology Guild and just go over here, again, we're going to be pulling it from our Archaeology soil box. And maxing this out as soon as possible is a fantastic upgrade. I never really saw the value in it until I started to do this Sift soil spell. But if you go to this watch plan here, you can still do 100. And basically what you do is the same thing you were doing before with Sift soil. I don't know if it's slower or not, but it just seems to be a little bit more tedious to do it this way. But you can still make money doing it via this method. The wiki does claim though it is less GP per hour doing the screening. So definitely if you've got the option, do Sift soil as your absolute starter. But again, a lower level account or an alt can definitely do this method if you didn't want to like pay for the Grace of the Elves. Or you can also bank. It's so many options with it as well. And the fact you've got 5 different soils to screen with just gives you more possibility to make more GP with different varying methods as well. But yeah, so in terms of the main account is going to be AFK and doing this method for a little while. We're going to do a little sort of stint of 5k. I've worked my way through most of it. Let's see how much we've got left. Yes, we've got about 3.3k and I cleared myself out when we did the old sash brush video. As you can see, we're already up to nearly 800 orgone, which will put us over 10 mil anyway. And these, I think I bought the soil for about 3.3k each. So we paid off like half the soil just through one material anyway. So again, this is how I'm going to be making a little bit of cash for the next couple of weeks. I need to focus on other accounts, which means the main account needs to go on a little AFK journey. This will be the first one of many because we're going to be doing these videos again. Like I said, ways to go and pay for a bond, AFKing while playing a group Ironman or an old account. So, hey guys, looking forward to it. If you got any ideas or any sort of ways you AFK to pay for other accounts, drop them in the comments. We'll go and have a look and test your methods and see if they can beat the 20 mil per hour which the screening soil has brought on this video. If you've enjoyed, please leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.